Today we're going to be looking at some OBS settings for streaming, just kind of an overview. There's many factors that go into how your stream looks. Internet speed, PC, how much you're trying to push around as far as data goes. But we'll just go over some overview settings. We're going to go with what I have. I stream at 1080p at 60 or 30 FPS, and I have a good stable internet connection. It's not the fastest in the world. It's not the slowest in the world. The first thing you're going to need to know is your internet upload speed, what you're actually getting, not what your internet service provider tells you it is. Easiest way to find that out, if you don't know, is to use a website called speedtest.net. There is a link in the description below, and I'm going to show you how to use that here right now. Very, very simple. Open a browser and go to www.speedtest.net and click on the big Go button in the middle of the page. It'll run a download test. When that's finished, it will run an upload test. And when that's done, you will get a results page. And this upload number is what you're looking for. We have our upload speeds from our speed test. So we'll just use my numbers as an example. So my upload speed was 20.96. So we'll take that, we'll round it down to 20, multiply that by 1,000, and that gives me a 20,000 max bit rate. Okay, now that is theoretical. You would never want to set your upload bit rate to this 20,000. For many reasons. We won't get into that discussion. That's a whole nother thing. But anyway, so theoretically you could set it to 20,000 for 1080 and 720p resolutions for uploading. It's way more than's necessary. Like I said, I set mine to 6. So, but we'll get into that on the settings tab where we would input this bit rate. Anyway, this is the number you're going to need to remember. So between bit rate and what resolution you want to stream at, that's where you have to work your balance in your settings. But we'll get to that, and we'll jump into that right now. Start OBS, your settings tab, and start here. Start in the general tab. There's not really much you need to look at here. You can change your theme if you like. Most people just stick with the default dark. You can make it whatever you like. The only other things that I turn on are these two right here. These would just, puts up a warning that you're going to start streaming if you accidentally hit the streaming key or streaming button by mistake. So we'll give you confirmation before you actually start streaming. And same thing when you end. That's all you have to worry about here. Stream tab. So your service is going to be YouTube RTMPS. Your server is going to be primary YouTube ingest server. We don't use the connect account. Use Streamkey is what you will want to do. Now I have a separate video. The card is up in the upper corner, right-hand corner. And there's also a link down in the description to show you exactly how to get your stream key and put it in here. But when you do that, this is the button you will click on. And that's it on the stream key. Stream tab. Output tab. First thing you want to do is make sure this output mode is set to advanced. It just shows extra settings down here. Click on your streaming tab. Audio track should be 1. If you have an NVIDIA video card, set this for NVIDIA. If not, set it for X264. Rescale output. We don't rescale output. We're going to stream at 1920 by 1080. Good. Leave this at CBR. Okay. Bit rate. This is where you need your upload speed and what resolution you want to stream at. So if you look at the chart to the left, you'll see what you should set this at. Sometimes you'll have to try different different resolutions at different speeds. I set mine for 6,000. My upload speed is right around 20, give or take. So I have a fast upload speed, so it can handle the 6,000. And you may have to test a couple times to see what you get, as your best streaming quality, where you don't have any dropouts or lags or anything like that. Keyframe 0, preset quality, profile high, look ahead unchecked. If you have the NVIDIA video card, you can leave the psycho visual tuning turned on. Don't turn it on unless you do. It may not even be there with the other settings. GPU 0 and max B frames. Okay, just real quick to look at the other setting. If you don't have an NVIDIA card, you're going to select this X264. Pretty much the same stuff. No rescale, CBR. Set this to whatever matches your speed that you want to do, speed and resolution. Keyframe 0, very fast. Set your profile to main. Tune you can leave at none. This you can leave empty. And then hit apply. That's all on the output tab. The audio tab, you can pretty much leave this as it is. I have all of these disabled on mine. It's just the way I like to do it. Most people, they will have their normal PC microphone in this right here and their normal speakers here. I have this disabled because it lets me control more just by my sources. That's all you need to do there. Video tab. I stream in 1920 by 1080, which is here. This is what your PC shows you. This is what your resolution on your PC is, or your laptop, or whatever. Excuse me, whatever your device you're working on. This will be what resolution you are actually streaming at. And it will scale if my PC, if I'm going to work on my PC at 1920 by 1080, but I'm going to stream at something different. Let's say I was going to stream at 720, then I would set that here, and it would, when it actually streamed, it would scale it. So I'm doing the same. Again, you use whatever works for you. Your downscale filter, since I am not scaling, I have this set to bilinear. If I was scaling, I would set this to Lancos. You can kind of see the difference. Bilinear is the fastest, but it's blurry if you're scaling. I'm not scaling, so why not use the fastest? The Lancos is sharpening, but it does slow you down. But if you're scaling, you need that. So it just depends on what you're doing. And most people will do 30 FPS. I do 60, just a little cleaner, and my internet can handle it. Hotkeys, these are personal preferences. You can set up hotkeys that will do different things. Just set up however you want. Advanced. This general area, I have this set to high. This just sets your process priority within your PC. Your PC is always doing things, and the higher you set this, the higher priority DaVinci has in doing things. You put it on high or normal, above normal, or high, depending on what your machine can handle. Again, this will get set depending on what your video card is, and everything else I pretty much have just left the same. Don't really need to do anything else here. And that should do it. If you change anything, click apply, click OK. And you basically have set up OBS. You should be able to stream with OBS now. Hope you found this informative, and thank you for watching.